Hey, what up everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you. I think everybody last night was watching Monday Night Raw when it came down to the ending. Basically, Triple H was able to get his boys to come back together. Team Evolution. I know that everybody knows my true story about missing, Evolution. I got to a point where I just gave up on wrestling for about 2 years, and I missed one of the strongest points of my favorite wrestlers' career. I really came back as Evolution was imploding. I didn't get to see the Randy Orton turn, but I did get to see Batista beat Triple H at WrestleMania 21. I missed a good portion of my favorite wrestlers' career by missing Evolution, but I did explode. I did pop, I think, from watching the Triple H documentary, from watching the Randy Orton and Batista documentaries. I've seen a lot of the stories, plus I've gone back and watched a lot of the stuff on YouTube and through bootleg DVD collecting, seen a lot of the bigger moments from Monday Night Raw. Plus, if it's on Raw, it's on 6,000 DVDs anyways. 10th anniversary, 15th anniversary, 20th anniversary, Raw 100, Raw 1000. You know what's going down. But it still was fun, and it was an awesome moment to see the Shield go through that 11-on-1 match of 3-man band in the main event of Monday Night Raw. Who else was out there? You had Ryback, you had Curtis Axel, you had Fandango, you had Rusev. I'm sure there were some other people in there that I was forgetting, but the Shield, they were fighting it out. But every once in a while, they would just get beat down on, and finally, the Evolution song played, and half them people came unglued, and half the people didn't know what the fuck was going on. But we all got to see the storyline play out on Raw. Triple H was trying to get everybody to play nice, but basically Orton and Batista, they only wanted to be champions. So at the pay-per-view at Extreme Rules, we're going to see the Shield go up against Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton. I'm not really quite sure on what this storyline's going to bring forward in the future, but as long as these three guys are going to want to play on the same team, we all see that Triple H, he's all pissed off at the Shield because they stopped his chances of becoming the WWE champion last week on Monday Night Raw. Basically, it was it was going to be Triple H against Daniel Bryan, and he was going to be the guy who was going to beat him. Of course, Randy Orton and Batista went down there and made sure they knew. They let Daniel Bryan know that he was pretty pissed off that they didn't get to be the champion. They didn't get the big spot at WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan butted his big nose in because of the yes movement, and I don't know. It was a fun moment for me. I really did believe that Triple H was going to be it. The Shield came down. They cock-blocked the whole thing. But in the end, we're going to see who the weakest link of Evolution is. We're going to have to play it out. Of course, all three of these guys want to be champion, as already been said. Who's going to be the one guy to turn on everybody and leave them in the past? Somebody in the end is going to have to turn babyface out of this. Is it going to be Randy Orton? And then we're going to have to sit through months of tag team matches on Monday Night Raw as the main event. Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan going up against Triple H and Batista. That'd be like, I think, Teddy Long's wet dream. Tag team match, player. But I can see something like that going down. But honestly, at the pay-per-view, do you pick against the Shield? They're on the big babyface run right now. And we've seen, JBL was bringing up good points on Monday Night Raw last night, saying that basically, how do you like it now that you're in this position? Basically, there was so many times that the Shield would run down there and they'd have 3-on-1, 3-on-2, and they were doing the dominating, and now it was 11-on-3, and everybody was stomping their heads in. So, on paper, you got to pick the bad guys. You got to pick the Shield to take the loss. You would take Evolution to take the win, moving them forward to the next pay-per-view, which would be Over the Limit. I just called it a pay-per-view again. Special event on the WWE Network, since I guess everybody's going to be dumping the pay-per-views and you're not going to be able to get them anymore. We're going to have to see. I think they said 600,000 people plus were signed up for the WWE Network, and I guess you can say that they watched WrestleMania, or you get to find 350,000 more people that ordered on the pay-per-view to get it to that 1 million mark again, and be able to have that precedent of where 27, 28, and 29 all sats. I'm not sure. I think that this WrestleMania 30 was sort of like a throwaway giveaway to the shareholders in WWE. The main thing was just getting the network over, and We can all see now that it's been a week. They're trying to get people to sign up for the network. Honestly, I'm at the point now, I know there's some wrestling fans out there that I talked to at Access and things that didn't have the network because I guess they just didn't really know how to get it. But it's just like, at this point, I know why you're trying. You want those dollars. You want everybody to sign up. You know it's going to be a success. But, I mean, with everything that they've given us, the Hall of Fame, WrestleMania, that cool Daniel Bryan special, what else is there that's going to make somebody sign up? I think you just have to go along with your business. I think as people see that, you know, Extreme Rules is coming up, Over the Limit is after that, then you have, you know, Money in the Bank, SummerSlam. As these shows come by and they're not asking for $60 anymore, they're just asking for $10 a month, and you get this plus everything that's on the on-demand section. I know that the section, I'm done with this video. I'm going to walk inside and I'm going to turn the network on my iPad. I'm going to watch something. I mean, every day I found something fun along the way to watch. But I don't know. It's going to be fun to see the way this pans out. As of right now, I'm going to tell you to pick Evolution to win the match against The Shield. But it's going to be a fun one. Extreme Rules 2014. It's going to be fun to see the way this pans out. As this dump truck is pulling up to pick up this extra truck. I think I'm going to have to end the video right now because they're going to make a whole bunch of noise here in a minute. But that's what I'm talking about. Going down here at the side of the park. Work time videos. Peace out, everybody. Have fun.